on lock. Shout out to Taizai, always killing it with the production. And there we go, he's right back. Take a look at this losers bracket right now. Who's still in the game? I see losers round 3, Rift Boy and Sheep still in as well. Always love to see those two around. Smash to Pieces. Honestly, they've probably been at almost every Smash to Pieces, Rift Boy and Sheep. Always holding it down, getting pretty far in the brackets. Neither of them have had their breakout performance here yet, but, you know, it could happen. Meanwhile, I see Finay and Bao still on losers round 1. That part of the bracket's a little bit behind. Winner of that gets the opportunity to fight Remy Giotto. We'll see how that goes. And also, speaking of hot sets, Arbiter and Aloha is happening off stream right now. I see a little bit of a crowd forming around them, so I'll keep y'all updated on how that goes. But let's get right into the Signas Arpeggio set, the rare and elusive Little Mac. See, whenever you see a Little Mac, you know it's going to be good. Nobody plays this character and is bad at it. If you've chosen this path, you know what you're doing. However, Arpeggio, I'm sure, knows this matchup pretty well. We do have Monad in our region, so a lot of people have experience dealing with the shenanigans that is Little Mac. This character may be bad, but if you don't know what you're doing, you just get absolutely dumpstered. If you let him play his game, it's just game over. But, you know, speaking of characters who are good at making you play their game, Arpeggio with Snake, so hard to maneuver around those projectiles that he has. Signas doing a good job. We did see the KO punch come out, but it wasn't enough to take the stock. High percents and a good ledge guard situation here. Not able to get it as Arpeggio comes back onto the stage, but still one solid hit from Signas, and that will be GG's for this stock, or a solid hit from Arpeggio, taking himself out, trying to make this game interesting. That's what we'll say it was. And now it's back to an even game. Arpeggio with the momentum, though, and the Nikita as well to extend. I like that. Good option select for him, because if Signas goes to the ledge, he can kind of set that up, drop the Nikita for a 2-frame, or a, well, not a 2-frame, but a force to get him off of the ledge, so Arpeggio can force a timing on the get-up. And now the KO punch is online from Signas. Let's see if he can do something with it this second time around. Goes for the down smash, and oh, he loses it. That's so unfortunate for him. Great trade for Arpeggio as he's able to get off of the ledge and get rid of that KO punch. Now Signas in a little bit of a harder spot, but still he has the percentage lead, so let's see what he can do with that. We're putting the pressure on the platform. Arpeggio trying to just get back into this neutral as Signas continues to pressure him into these corners, onto these ledges, but finally the reversal of fortunes. Let's see if Arpeggio can do as much damage as Signas did to him, or if it's going to turn around the other way. Juggle opportunity, forced into the corner, but the grab to get out of it, and now Arpeggio, can he get back to stage? Goes for the high recovery. The neutral B attempt from Signas is beaten out by those grenades, but the up B in neutral, Arpeggio was not ready for it, sending him down to his last stock as Signas puts himself in the lead for the first time in this game. Let's see how much he can get ahead in this scenario, or if Arpeggio can bring it back quickly before it gets out of hand. KO punch is online. Let's see what he... Oh, he just goes for it. Okay, Signas. 2 for 2 with those KO punches in that game one. Great stuff to Signas, taking it over Arpeggio for 1, but he's got to do one more before Arpeggio brings this back. Let's see what kind of adaptation he can do to get away from those KO punches. Really a prominent feature of that game one from Signas. Great stuff to him. I feel like it's so hard sometimes to get those KO punches because your opponent knows when you have KO punch, it's so easy to lose it that your opponent knows exactly what you're going for. It's either going to be KO punch in neutral or a down tilt into KO punch. So if you can just stay outside of those options, it's so hard for Little Mac to use that comeback mechanic. But in this case, Signas managed to find a way to do it, and against Snake no less, a very slippery character in the matchup. So let's see what Arpeggio can do to bring himself back into this set, or if it is Signas' time to shine. The Pokepen in chat believes in Signas. Let's see if you're right, Pokepen. So far, it's kind of... Oh, okay, Pokepen, you might not be right on this game. It might be a game 3 scenario. But we'll have to see. Signas looked pretty solid in that game 1. Maybe he can make something happen here, but Arpeggio really showing us why Little Mac can struggle both in this matchup and in general in Smash Ultimate, where one little thing doesn't go his way and it's just curtains. Arpeggio going for the double dip on those fairs, trying to make it happen again. Signas with a jab reset. Up smash not going to kill, as clean as that was. And now he decides to cancel that neutral B. I feel like that was a good idea. Arpeggio didn't give him what he was looking for on the landing. KO punch online. Can he use it here, or is he going to try to save it for the next stock? A lot of options to be considered. No, unfortunately, he loses it. We see the up B come out, but it doesn't connect. The trade, once again, just going in Arpeggio's favor. Really been a difficult one for Signas. However, it is not over yet. Jordan, don't worry about the commentator's curse. I don't know what you're talking about. That never happens to me. Don't check Twitter on that one. I promise it never happens to me. Maybe I just need to talk about how Arpeggio is going to live forever. Man, I mean, Arpeggio, he's just got so low of percent compared to Signas. There's no way he... Oh, bro. It really is. There's no escaping it. There is no escaping it. I have single-handedly brought this back to an even game in the most cursed way possible. And all of a sudden, look at how much momentum Signas has off of that one opening. Bro, that was crazy. Signas, you are absolutely cracked at this game. I can't believe he brought it back after all of the turmoil of the first two stocks of that game, moving on to winner semis and sending Arpeggio onto loser's side. Signas just so aware of the one thing that he needs to find to win, and he just finds it. Like this KO punch right here, he just runs up and did it. 30%, that's plenty. It wasn't even close. That was undeniable. Speaking of undeniable, though, that was sick from Arpeggio, the awareness to get that fair spike. And I know he started fishing for it after that, and it didn't work too well, but you got to give him credit for the first one. A little bit of Arpeggio commentator's curse on that one. I do apologize for that death. However, this last one was all on you. Signas just played this so well, recognizing what Arpeggio was going for with that fair spike attempt and